Hey you guys, so in this video, it's just gonna be a quick one. I want you all to see anti-blackness, the same anti-blackness that you all, I'm sure, are used to experiencing through these platforms. This is obviously through YouTube. There's a video about Tom Felton and how it's basically like talking about how cringe he is because he is capitalizing off of his role as Draco Malfoy, which is probably the most famous role that he's ever been in and or had. And he played Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter saga, and he was very good at that role. Like just great at the role. And he's capitalizing off of it. He's like, a little corny. He's like, doing fan videos and like pretending, reacting and relitigating the script and things like that. So, you know, and like he's also done a few corny things or cheesy things or whatever, like sung a love song to Emma Watson because she allegedly liked him at one point and she admitted to it. And after she got over it, she admitted that when she was on the set with him at some point when they were working together, she did have, when they were younger, she had kind of a crush on him. And he didn't know, allegedly, so he just like, flipped over this news and made a song about it and all kinds of shit. Allegedly, there's some other stuff that goes into that. I don't know if he like revealed some stuff in the song that wasn't supposed to be revealed or what, but you know, there's a lot in this conversation, but it just seems to me that they're like dissecting this guy like a frog on a freaking slab, and they're like relentlessly like, firing off at him. And I'm just like, I don't like that. So, and I don't get it. Like, if you do something as great as be the main or one of the main antagonists in something like the Harry Potter saga, why the fuck wouldn't you write that out to the day you die? Like, what are you talking about? That's crazy. So anyway, I got in the comment section, and this comment was basically like, dissing him for and comparing him to BoJack Horseman. I've never seen the show. It didn't look interesting to me. I didn't want to see a talking, walking, suit-wearing horse. Didn't look too good for me, but to each their own. So I got in here and I was like, I don't really understand the problem with that. He did something great and loves it. And have you seen BoJack? Problem with the show, and then he kind of gets into it, and I was like, it's wonderful that it seems that you very easily understood what he posited, but you clearly obfuscated from my point, which is quite simply that whatever the reference, I don't understand the problem with Tom being a little cringe about his pride in an amazing role of his past. Clearly it's paying off. I just don't understand the point of piling upon a person who is milking something excellent that they did for everything that it's worth while consciously living within an era that sees people like becoming famous from spitting upon microphones like their phalluses or phalli with catchphrases like Haktua or expired pink sauce. But the big one. And some, people were just in the comments, going back and forth about it. Most people are agreeing that it's cringe and it's too much. And so this guy responds, do you, dot, 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 do you actually talk like that? You come across as extremely pretentious, lol. 19 likes on that. They love it. Oh, somebody's piling in on the black bitch with the cute lips? Let's do it. And no, I'm not calling myself a bitch from my perspective. So I think that it's just that you are not accustomed to certain individuals displaying a certain level of intelligence through syntactic composition. Do you stutter when you speak, or is it that your syntax is more respectable? Because if you notice, she or he or they used kind of a stutter type of situation. They use these, the ellipses or whatever. Well, yeah, one, well, I don't know, it might be naturally plural. Anyway, you can see I'm infatuated with language, and you all know, like, you've heard me do my videos, like, I speak a certain way. You know what I'm saying? I have a certain vocabulary level of vocabulary that I use on a regular basis. So when I'm writing, it's even better, obviously, because I have more time to word things. And So you're over here stuttering, using syntax in your writing, using creative things in your writing, but yours is more respectable apparently. So then they're like, oof, that's the cringiest thing I've read in a while. Thanks for that. 25 likes. They're like, it's a pleasure to stand with my cringy Felton bruv. And since we're both cringe now. So then it's a Greek word. This is somebody was just helping me out, and I appreciated that. You know, letting me know. Apparently, it's phalloi for the plural of phallus. And then Lynn Tennyson, I think it's just that. Oh yes, you are so intelligent. Such a way. I think. Oh, okay. So they're quoting me. I think that it's just that. Oh yes, you are so intelligent. Such a way with words. Skull. Okay, so this person is basically trying to call out a grammatical error when it's not a grammatical error. I think that it's just that. That's how you're supposed to put that. I know it sounds like a lot. That's why we take a lot of those things out of colloquial conversations and things like layman conversations. But like in actual English, like if I were writing something, which I was, then that is how you would write that out in actual proper English. That would be a proper full sentence. Anything else would be somewhat of a fragment. Um, and I was like, the joke's on you because that's proper English, obviously, unbeknownst to you. So somebody liked that, and I liked it too. And then I thanked the person who was helping me with that understanding of phallus. And then this person pulled out all the new words you learnt for this one. But genuinely, as someone who seems to be so intelligent, you should be able to see how unhealthy this is for Tom Felton. It keeps his potential for growth stagnant, and it takes away his credibility in a field that's already extremely competitive. I haven't seen this man in any notable roles for years, and even if he suddenly woke up one day and decided that acting isn't for him, his name is already tainted with all these very public moping fits. It's embarrassing, harmful to his career, and takes away any future opportunities that may come his way. And I put, if I seem to be intelligent, then your attempts to prove the opposite with the initial facetiousness within your comment are laid plain. Because you put, as someone who seems to be so intelligent. And I put, well, see, look, yeah, they don't like when black people can tango, especially when they know the moves of dances that they ain't even fucking aware of. So I was like, what growth, by the way, are you expecting of him, aside from him continuing to build his career and pad his resume with some of the most epic cinematic productions of all time, seeing as he was just cast in another Harry Potter feature? And if you didn't know that, he was. It would seem to me that growth, through your perspective, is defined by the status quo at a given time. It's also not lost on me how you and other presumably similarly complected individuals see an undeniably black profile photograph associated with such composition and not only focus upon your clear surprise by that, but also try to defame me for such. I need some water, y'all. Hey, you guys. So my last video cut off halfway through, so I don't know what happened there. But and by the way, I know I had a different background before this new taping. So just so you know, this woman is really good. Jazzy Reloaded Uncensored. She is really cool, and it's exactly as she describes her channel, safe space for progressive black people. But so after the last comment, then we get some other things. There are some comments in here that are not showing up, so I don't know what's going on with that. But some of mine aren't showing up either, so I'm surprised they let me defend myself this much, to be honest with you. Because they usually hide most of my responses so that I can't fight back. Um, and then, so I was responding to someone here. I don't know what the comment is, but my response is, that kind of flies in the face of his new position, but okay. And then, no, I'm just a confident black woman who's got you by the balls. Get like me. Hashtag not like us. And then someone was, putting out some stuff demeaning me. I don't remember exactly what it is, and I'm not seeing the comment. But my response was or is, What's lesser than and pathetic is your attempt to reframe your attacks upon my intelligence quotient as an attack upon yours, showing your EQ or emotional quotient. I'm sure that this is too much for you as well. And then I put the delusion under which you all seem to be laboring is that anyone is trying. Just because a black person speaks a certain way does not mean that they are trying anything. None of you all know anything about me, and if you did, then you would know that this is exactly how I speak, and just knowing how intelligence works, I would have to possess this level of intelligence to be able to formulate sentences like this in the first place. Therefore, it is quite obvious that you all are upset because I am sticking to my guns, and you have decided to devolve into pettiness and racism by forming ad hominem attacks against me. I'm not reading anything further past your personal attacks against me because it's clearly not worth it, seeing as you haven't even read me correctly. Just because you disagree with someone does not mean that you have to try to tear them down. Needless to mention, it has not worked. And for the chatty Cathys in the back who might feel the courage to step forward, just know that I'm a pre-law student who's majoring in criminology and criminal justice and was just inducted into the greatest criminology and criminal justice honor society in the country. I also am a legal assistant for a local law firm and a vocal consultant. So if I seem to be of that caliber, well, it's because I am 100% that big. And then someone responded, honestly, I think those people are just attacking you for no reason. As much as I disagree with you, they are the insecure ones, not you. Lynn Tennyson. And I really appreciated that, and I responded, but like I said, some of my responses are not showing up as are as aren't some other people's. And then this racist is like, Lynn, tell me, where does the "you're black" in my argument come in or comes in? This is why they're upset, because they can't even write. I only said you're fighting so hard for something so shallow, making yourself seem smart, and resulting in you being the opposite. Needless to mention, it has not worked. Your countless paragraphs and comments on behalf of Tom Felton's feelings says otherwise. LOL. This motherfucker just can't type. Are they from out of the country? Because they seem to have problems with plurals and singulars. So whoever that motherfucker is. Now all of my text is about Tom and not me defending myself from your and countless other people's attacks upon my intelligence, specifically how that's conveyed through my writing. Got it. I just appreciate that other people can see that you all have clearly decided to attack me based upon an opinion about a celebrity being able to do what he wants with his empire, whether that be dirt or alabaster. At the end of it all, you have come after me with viciousness, whether you want to admit it, simply because of how I feel about this topic. There is no excuse for that, and it doesn't make you or me anything. What more do you want from or need from me? I'm sure that this isn't it. Just know that I will continue to be this intelligent, and you will continue to be that bitter and apparently set off by it. So then someone else was agreeing, like, why would he move on? He makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, if not a few million, just from doing all these dumb product deals, con appearances, and store openings. If I could make a pretty good living with minimum effort, solely based on something I did 20 years ago, and all I had to do was make an embarrassing TikTok every couple of weeks to keep people engaged or show up to a new store or a theme park and say, wow, this place is great every month, you best believe I'd do it. And I put right. And then I responded to someone else whose comment I'm not seeing. As a foundational Black American, I'm accustomed to being the only one to discuss or bring up race. I know that it hurts your little brains. And to pretend like you didn't notice these gorgeous lips and this tone is equivalent to feigning color blindness. And we all know that white people, or what white people talk about, or excuse me, that white people talk about that and red, pink, yellow, and purple folk. And my words don't sound artificial because I haven't spoken them and none of you are hearing them. You're just a racist who wants assimilation. Since when did nonconformity and difference beget ridicule? Oh wait, always. Hashtag tired. And then I responded to the dude again. Don't pretend that this is about a celebrity as you switch back to, because he sent me another message and I am not seeing it. But I will go here so you can see what the message is to a certain extent, because Even though they're not showing it, it is still there. So you can see the beginning of it um, in my notifications list. Go do that and keep thinking you're doing something right. I'll be intelligent on my own by not bootlicking a celebrity because my feelings are hurt on behalf of him. And that's all I got for the moment with that. And so I was like, don't pretend, because in his comment, he put something like, uh, basically he made it seem as though all I'm doing is defending Tom Felton, and that's what all these comments are about. When the majority of them are me defending myself and my education. I was like, don't pretend that this is about a celebrity as you switch back and forth between topics like you probably don't change your draws. To obfuscate from the clear fact that you're attacking me with ad hominems instead of focusing upon the actual issue because you don't have a valid argument for why someone can't revel in their own successes, celebrity or layman. That is what makes you unintelligent. An ad hominem, by the way, is when someone ad hominem attacks you, they're going after personal things about you that have nothing to do with the topic because they don't like that they're losing the argument or for whatever reason, usually it's because they can't win the argument. So instead of winning an argument about Tom Felton, you're talking about my education and how pretentious you think that I am because of the way that I word things. And I was like, and try not to take the way that I choose to creatively compose my text personally. It's not triggered by you or anyone else in this thread, rather by my education and yearning for it. You can make this about me and then the celebrity all day, switching back and forth between the two as if this is anything other than a personal attack upon me, but it doesn't change the fact that he is allowed to revel in his own success. Go find someone else to bore. I put, and then I thanked the woman again, and it finally went through, and she liked it. I just liked it as well. But I do believe that she liked that comment because nobody be liking my other comments, shit. And it didn't show the other one, and it didn't show me that she liked it. So I'm assuming that this is the first time she's seeing that I thanked her. But I was like, I thank you so much. I don't know where the comment went, but I thanked you immediately after you posted this because you are one of the only people who has called that out. So I just want you all to, get an idea of what exactly is going on here. This is the type of stuff that we're dealing with. Like people want to attack your intelligence and they want to act like it's about, you know, um, something valid when it's really you all are jealous. You're jealous because you can't tango the way that I tango. You can't write the way that I write. And even when you try, you look dumb. And you're upset that I don't look dumb. And you're upset that I actually have a point and I'm able to stand on it. And because we don't agree, you've devolved into attacking me personally. And this happens anywhere you go as a black person. Like immediately you're called out of your name. You are, especially a black woman, you're called out of your name. You're put in what people believe is your place. And, everyone wants to pile upon you. And you have to really have courage to comment anywhere online because you're going to face a lot of fucking racist ass motherfuckers and a lot of people who just don't want to hear you say anything. So I just wanted to bring you all this so that you could see, I know that a lot of you all are dealing with this too. Share your stories if you want in the comment section so that people know that this happens to more than just one person, but like, and this isn't just like certain one-offs and things, but, you know, save your energy. I didn't expend too much energy doing this and defending myself because at the end of the day, I wanted to make a point. And I'm starting to see this as content. And I think that that's how we need to see a lot of this stuff. Unfortunately, this is our reality. So make lemonade with them lemons. And, take every instance of someone being unfair to you, being discriminatory toward you or what have you, and try to make smart content around it. You know what I'm saying? Try to make content in a smart way that basically makes the lemons that you've been given, those sour lemons, some sweet lemonade, you know?